Welcome to ECN Trade Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. Well, the Australian dollar has reached its objective of 74.80.90 overnight after recording a low of 90. However, the rebound has been very poor in light of the current pattern, and also with the risk event into tonight with the non-farm payrolls could see further weakness for the Australian dollar, and a break beneath 74.80 would expose the next target of 73.60.70 and reassess from there. Looking towards the top side, resistance comes firmly around 75.65 and firmer above at 76.10.15. Well, with the slight weakness of the US dollar overnight, the euro has rebounded in front of that support of 104.55.70. And if we look at the daily pattern, you can see here the market is still pretty much contained by the resistance of 106.55 to 60. In light of the pattern, although there is a bit of a concern with this stochastic, I still expect to see the market perform poorly in the next coming trading session, and also to the fact that the ECP didn't change any stance from the overnight in the release of their statements, suggesting now that we eventually will see the downside taken out of 104.55 and expose the near 14-year lows of 103.40.65. Above 106.55.60, firmer resistance is seen at 107.20.35. Well, who would have believed that dollar yen strength will continue now? And as you can see, breaking above that 114.75 now gives scope up towards that 115.45, the recent challenged area in January. Now, a break above there will give further scope to that 118 region, which I'm still holding on a broader term. However, do be a little bit cautious towards the top side, because a rejection of 115.55 may see a downturn towards the support of 114.20.25, with the firmer support seen beneath at 113.40. But at this stage, over the last 4 days, the bull candles have been quite firm, so we could see a potential rally if we see above 115.55. Well, sterling ends up posting a doji, as you can see here, from the rejection of that 121.20.40 area. In light of the current pattern, I still expect to see further weakness, purely for the fact that this trend is still very much strong. Histogram is still holding to a bearish bias, and the stochastic a little bit oversold, but still can reach the target to the downside of 120.60.80 if we see a break beneath that 121.20.40 area, with the risk that we could even go lower towards that flash crash that we saw on the 6th of October around the 118 region. But the resistance also capping at 122.20. Any advances beyond there should not sustain, and I do expect to see the bearish outlook holding into tonight and also next week. Well, gold records a new low of 1,198 overnight, and still looks like we can see further weakness towards 1,180 as an objective, with the resistance now capping at 1,212 and reassess from there. And finishing up with oil, well, the market stabbed at 49.60 and potentially can still go lower. With the resistance at 51.50, I still expect to see oil to produce a further negative stance, and we could be looking at $45 a barrel as an objective. Any fresh gains, as I mentioned, 51.5 should cap now in the short term. So that wraps up my daily video. Thank you very much for joining me, and as always, look out for the intraday report that will be sent out shortly, and I wish you a great day and a great weekend ahead.